Think about this. There are just 12 weeks left in this year. What if I told you that these 12 weeks could be more productive than the last 9 months combined? Imagine finally hitting those goals you set back in January in the next 90 days. Sounds crazy, right? But that's exactly what today's video is about. Some people around us seem to achieve everything they plan so smoothly, while many of us, even though we are capable, keep falling short. Why does that happen? What if you used your full potential every single day? Where would you be in 6 months, 3 years, or 5 years? Today I am sharing key insights from the book The 12-Week Year. But this video isn't just a book summary. It's a system you can use right now to make the last part of this year count. Here is the plan. I'll be doing 2 separate videos for this. In this video, which is part 1, I will cover why annual planning doesn't work and the 8 elements you need to execute the 12-week year strategy better. In part 2 video, which will be published next week, I'll show you exactly how to build your own 12-week year plan step by step, and I will also give you a free planner template you can download and use immediately. So make sure you watch this video till the end and don't miss part 2, because that's where you will actually put this into action. Watching both videos along with reading the book The 12-Week Year and applying what you learn will make you more productive than ever before. I have shared the book link in the description. You can check it out. Also, don't forget to subscribe this channel for more book related content. So let's start. The number one factor that stops a person from achieving what they are capable of, do you know what it is? It is never a lack of knowledge or a shortage of information or absence of new strategies or ideas or not having a big social network or not working hard or lack of talent or even luck. All these can help. But the big difference maker is something else. From childhood, we have heard the saying, knowledge is power. But is that fully correct? Knowledge is only powerful if you use it, if you act on it. Throughout our lifetime, we keep acquiring new knowledge. But only if we use that knowledge to do something does it create benefits. The same is true for ideas. No matter how brilliant, if they remain only in your mind, they have no value. Unimplemented ideas have no demand in the market. You may be smart, have a lot of information available, have brilliant ideas, strong social connection, a hardworking nature, or have natural talent, but in the end, you have to execute. Execution is what makes the big difference. So what actually stops us from achieving what we are capable of? It is a lack of consistent execution. Let me explain with a small example. Many people are overweight or obese. Everyone knows obesity leads to many health problems. There are plenty of diet and exercise books, online resources, and videos available to help one get fit. Still, overweight people remain overweight. They haven't changed. Everyone knows the secret to weight loss is simple. Eat better and exercise more. But they just don't do it. So it's not a knowledge problem, it's an execution problem. Similarly, if people consistently applied what they already know, they would have the capacity to double or even triple their current income. But the struggle is in following consistent execution. Instead of working on execution, people think they need new ideas or quick hacks to get fast results. That's the mindset. In this book, the author presents a way to understand execution, apply it correctly, and close the execution gap. So let's start with section 1. Problems of annual planning and why we need to redefine the year. What really blocks us from implementing our ideas and giving our best performance is the process of annual planning. And this applies not just to individuals but also to organizations. I am not saying annual goals and plans have no positive impact. Obviously, having a plan is better than having none. But annual planning tends to limit our performance. The author gives some reason for this. This annualized thinking is a trap. It comes from a belief that when we think of a year, it feels like we have plenty of time to complete our work. At the start of January, we feel like we have 12 months until December. Think about this year. You probably set some yearly goals. By the end of January, you may have made some progress, though maybe not as much as you wanted. But then you think, no problem, there are still 11 months left. Month after month, the lag between what you planned and what you did keeps growing. You believe you still have time time to catch up. That's because there is no sense of urgency. You forget the truth that every week, every day, and every moment matters. Another related belief is that even if you fall behind now, you will have time to improve later. But the fact is, every week counts, every day counts, every moment counts. If you couldn't improve now, what guarantee is there that you will do it months later? That's why the author suggests moving away from annual thinking and planning in shorter time periods. Supporting this, he shares another point. Great things happen at year end. Think about it. Towards November and December, we work with full energy to meet deadlines and achieve targets. But the same energy doesn't appear in June or July. In annual planning, you have to wait until year end for this kind of motivation and energy. Now you can see the problems of annual thinking. So instead of thinking of a year as 12 months, let's redefine it as 12 weeks. After every 12 weeks, a new year begins. This way, the push we usually feel only once a year at year end will now happen more frequently. As deadlines approach, procrastination decreases, focus increases. This is human nature. Another advantage of the 12-week year is that if life doesn't go as planned, or if you had a tough year, you don't need to wait for a whole year to restart. You can start fresh every 12 weeks. At the end of each 12-week year, you can also reflect, regroup, and re-energize. The author even suggests taking a short break, maybe a 3-day weekend or a week-long vacation before starting the next 12-week year with fresh energy. Now let's move on to section 2. The 8 fundamental elements of the 12-week year. The 12-week year is an execution system. It helps you work every day with clarity, focus, and a sense of urgency so you can bring out your best. Before understanding the workflow of this system, you must first learn the 8 fundamental elements required to achieve high performance with it. If we just create plans, make to-do lists, and check off tasks without understanding these fundamentals, we won't be able to sustain progress for long. It will be like building a house on a weak foundation. That's why these 8 elements must be understood before making plans. The author organizes them into 3 principles and 5 disciplines. Let's see what they are. The 3 principles that determine a person's effectiveness and success form the foundation of the 12-week year execution system. And they are: number 1, accountability; number 2, commitment; number 3, greatness in the moment. Let's understand each principle in a little more detail. Number 1, accountability. Accountability ultimately means ownership. It is a character trait. It is a mindset of owning your actions and the results that come from them in any situation. When you understand that you always have the freedom to choose, you can perform at a high level. And when working in a team, it also allows you to create a space where your teammates can perform at their best. The main aim of accountability is to always ask yourself, what more can I do to get the results? And then take ownership. So when planning the 12-week year system, you must hold yourself accountable for every goal and every activity needed to achieve it. Number 2, commitment. Commitment is a personal promise we make to ourselves. Just like when we keep promises to others, our relationship with them improves. When we keep promises to ourselves, it builds character, increases self-esteem, and leads to success. Actually, commitment and accountability are related. Commitment means being accountable to a future task. When you build this 12-week year system and execute it, the commitments you make to critical tasks will help bring breakthrough results. Number 3, greatness in the moment. Greatness is not when you finally achieve great results. It starts much earlier, when you plan the activities needed to achieve those results and start doing them. Results are only a confirmation of the process. So, focus on the process, not the results. If the process is executed correctly, results will follow. Now, let's look at the 5 disciplines. Top performers, whether athletes or business professionals, became great not because their ideas were better, but because their execution disciplines were better. To effectively implement the 12-week year system, 5 disciplines are essential. Number 1, vision. Number 2, planning. Number 3, process control. Number 4, measurement. Number 5, time use. Let's understand each in detail. Number 1, vision. Only when we have a compelling vision can we create a clear picture of how our future should look. One important point here is that our business or work vision should always be aligned with our personal vision. Only then will we have a powerful emotional connection to travel a long way. When implementing new plans or doing things differently, you will need to step out of your comfort zone. What helps you then is a strong, compelling vision. Number 2, planning. An effective planner gives clarity about our top priorities and the activities needed to accomplish our vision, helping us to focus. A good plan should always be designed in a way that it can be effectively implemented. Number 3, process control. Process control means tools or events that help align the critical actions in our plan with our daily activities. Number 4, measurements. Measurements is what drives the process. We need measurements to know whether our plans are working or not. Think of it as a feedback system. Measurement should not only be about results or outcomes. This book talks about 2 kinds of indicators, lead and lag indicators. The result we desire is the lag indicator, and the actions needed to achieve it are the lead indicators. For example, losing 2 kilos is a lag indicator. Reducing calorie intake and exercising are the lead indicators. Both needs to be measured. Unfortunately, most of us only look at the result and not whether the planned actions were carried out. Number 5, time use. For everything mentioned above to work well, the most critical factor is time. If your time is not under your control, your results won't be under your control either. You must use time wisely with clear intention. Now, do we really need all these 5 disciplines? Yes, because they are interconnected. Let's understand this with a few cases. Case number 1. If you don't have a clear and compelling vision, the other disciplines don't matter much. You are not living a life by design but by chance. Case number 2. If you have vision but no plan, it's just a dream. Case number 3. If you have vision and plan but no process control, it leads to frustration. Some days you will execute well, some days you will do nothing. Case number 4. If you have vision, plan and process control but no measurements, you won't be able to correctly determine what's working and what's not. So you will miss the adjustments needed for success. Case number 5. Finally, even if you have vision, plan, process control and measurements but you don't use time intentionally, knowing what to say yes to and what to say no to, then your day will control you, not the other way around. So these are the 8 fundamental elements to understand before building the 12-week year system. Don't think they are simple and ignore them. Everything should be understood clearly and connected properly. Apart from these 8 elements, the 12-week year is also based on the concept of periodization. What is periodization? It's an athletic training technique developed to drastically improve performance. The principle is focus, concentration and overload on a specific skill or discipline. In sports, periodization is a focus training pattern. At a time, one skill is chosen for a shorter period, usually 4 or 6 weeks, and improvements are made in that skill. Then focus shifts to the next skill. Over time, athletes bring maximum performance in all their skills. Later, this concept started being used outside sports too. In periodization, during the short period of focus, you work fully on very few goals. This is the same approach followed in the 12-week year. So if you feel like trying out this 12-week year approach after hearing all this, stay tuned. In my next video, I will share you how to plan a 12-week year with examples, and I will also give you the planner template I created. Don't forget, the planner template I designed will be available as a free printable download for you to use. To fully absorb everything, I highly suggest reading this book. If you found this video useful, share it with others. See you again in the next video.